Hey everybody, welcome back to Why Not RV. On this week's episode, we're going to change out the air conditioner. Be sure to hit the subscribe button if you want to learn more and make less mistakes while RVing. Check us out online at whynotrvusa.com. We're also now on Patreon at patreon.com/whynotrv. And we have an amazing Facebook group that is growing very, very quickly. So come join us on Facebook. It's just Why Not RV under Facebook groups. But I'm going to put a link in the description below for all those websites. Now let's first go over why we're changing this out. This is a 2-year-old unit. It is made by Ducted. I bought it 2 years ago, June of 2019, on Amazon. And it is already obsolete. The fan motor went bad on it several months ago. I kind of limped it along for a while. The bearings went bad and it finally gave up on life. And we're now at the point that I cannot order a new motor. They do not make them. I've looked on eBay, on Amazon. I actually ordered a motor on Amazon that Ducted said was a potential replacement part. It was not. It was the wrong direction. It was counterclockwise or clockwise. The mounting brackets were nowhere near what I needed. So unfortunately, I'm now at the point where I have to put a whole new air conditioner on here. So I went ahead and popped up on Facebook Marketplace and I found a used one because after buying one brand new and 2 years later crapping out on me, I figured I'd just buy something used to get a little bit better of a deal. So I went ahead and did that, but we're gonna go ahead and get this removed. So the first thing we need to do is here in the bedroom, I'm going to I've already removed the cover, as you can see. Here, let me turn this real quick for you. So I already removed the white cover, which is simple. It's just, where are we at? There's 2 screws, one right here, here. Same thing on this side, here, and here. And that's all it takes to get that white cover down on ours. Every single cover is a little bit different, so just look at your cover. Some of them snap, some of them have screws. So just to get that white cover off so that you can get to this bottom plate. Now what I got to do now is remove these 4 bolts right here, and it's going to release all the pressure, number 1, and number 2, this will come down and then we'll deal with some electric. So let's get these bolts removed. I almost forgot to mention, before we do anything, let's turn the breaker off here. Let's get back to it now. Now that we have that removed, we have to take this control box out, which is just a matter of taking this pin out of it. Boom. That's it. Everything else that's hanging here, take the temperature sensor out of the coil. Everything else that's hanging here is gonna stay right here for right now. Now this AC unit is completely free. It's just, like I said, it's just this one plug that comes off of it, and we're gonna be able to just go up on the roof, lift it up, get it out of there, put the new one in. And the new one is actually just a 3-wire because it has a remote control. So all I'm gonna need is the actual 120 volt right here. All this 12 volt stuff, I'm gonna have to figure out exactly what I wanna do to tuck it away up here so that it's not in the way anymore. So our 120 volt comes in right here. Let's take this box apart. And that's it. It's just the 3 little caps. All right, so let's just remove these 2 screws. When I say remove, I meant to just loosen them to get it release. Pulls out, and now we have our 120 volt sitting there, so we can get that wired up to the next unit. And like I said, now I just got to figure out exactly what I want to do with this. Now, if you have a Ducted and you're replacing it with another Ducted, you're not going to do that step. You're just going to unplug the old air conditioner, move on to the next step, and replug in the new one. If you're switching over to a Coleman unit, this control box has to change to a Coleman control box. This is a Ducted box, goes to the thermostat and whatnot. Coleman is completely different than Ducted, and some other brands are different as well. So, you got to look up what's specific for you. But for me, the new one just needs a 120, so we're gonna go ahead and get rid of this stuff. Now that the inside portion is done, this top unit is free. All I gotta do is go ahead and get it out of the way, get the new one in place. now I got this basically in place, we're gonna go ahead and go inside and get it perfectly centered because you can't really see the square from up on top. And we're gonna go ahead and get it bolted down. So let's go back inside. All right, now that we're inside, here's our 3 wires coming from the new unit. It also has its own little control wire that goes to the piece inside. So let's first get this centered and wired up. So I just got to make some adjustments here and shift it around to get it nice and centered on this cutout. That looks pretty good. So let's wire it up. It's pretty basic wiring. It's the exact same color match as to what's on the actual wires. There's a black, a white, and a green, which the green is of course your ground, so that's your bare copper wire. The white is neutral and the black is the hot. So let's wire this up. All right, now that that's done, we can go ahead and get our inside piece here mounted up. I believe I have 4 screws to go onto here, and then our bolts that are right here are going to go through this bottom piece up into the very bottom of the unit, and these are going to go angled and tightened down. All right, now I got these in here. They're not completely tight yet. I just want to get them snug, do some final checks. Let's go ahead and get our little plenum here connected. All right, now that those are all nice and tight, I'm going to go ahead and tighten these up completely. All right, now that that's all nice and tight, I got my wire here for the little base plate. So let's go ahead and get this guy connected. Actually, before I do that, I want to just get you guys a close-up real quick. So this AC is amazing. It has a plenum built into it that then goes down to a little diverter that pushes the air out nice and evenly. It's supposed to make it a lot quieter, and of course this helps to insulate the air as it comes down, prevents any of the return air from, this is the warm air going in, this is cold air coming back out. So it keeps them completely separated by this design. And I'll tell you what, 99% of RV air conditioners do not even compare to something like that. So we'll give you guys an update on it down the road after we've used it for a while. But so far, I definitely love the way this thing is built. Okay, now we can get our wire connected here. I think I have it straight now. So that's it. This one just clips in place. It doesn't have any screws. Let's remove this tape. Now let's test it out. I'm going to go turn the breaker back on. I flipped the breaker back on. Let's take our remote that this thing comes with and see if it turns on. All right, let's set it to some cooling. Wow. Came on very, very quickly, very, very quietly. It's already blowing cold air. One thing I like about this unit is it has, the temperature displayed right on the unit, which when you're trying to go to bed and it's too bright, right here on the remote, you just click the display button, turns it off. And you can still see the temperature right here, so you don't really need it up here. You have your remote, you put it right next to you, whatever the case is. But let me show you this remote here. So we have obviously the display button, which turns that display on and off on the unit up top. Has a time, temperature. So mode right now is in cooling, has a dehumidifying selection, has fan only, and it has a heating section, and then it has circulate, which is just to help circulate the air. So I'm going to keep it on cool. That's what I'm using right now. Same thing with the fan. I have the fan on low. I like to do that. You can set it on medium or high or auto. I like the fan on low. And then again, you can set your time or whatever and then, you know, temp, Fahrenheit, Celsius, whatever, and lock it so that it's, you know, you can push all the buttons, it doesn't do anything. And then of course the power button turns the whole unit off. So great little system. Now that we've got everything done inside and the unit's performing well and good, I know everything's good, we're gonna go ahead and get the cover on. It's just 4 little screws on the top. So let's mount it up. Four little plugs that follow suit. That's it. Now we got the AC unit replaced. And let me show you guys what it looks like on the solar and what kind of energy we're drawing. So as you can see in my screenshot here, I realized that I wasn't really given a very good explanation. So the initially there it said like 475 watts, and that is the fridge only. Now it's showing the 530 watts, which is the fan on low, and now it jumped up to the 1400, 1350. That is the air conditioner. Going through the Victron stuff, absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. This thing draws so little power compared to the last one. My last air conditioner in the bedroom, which I've done in other videos, I've shown that it pulls around 1500, 1600 watts by itself. The fan by itself was about 300, and that's how, you know, we're able to go through the night with our lithium batteries and all this stuff. I've done all that before. This thing is only pulling like 1000 watts total. It's absolutely insane. I mean, we're talking 33% drop in efficiency, in energy consumption. I mean, that's absolutely ridiculous. The fan by itself, as you can see, only pulls about 50 watts. On high, it pulled an extra 50 watts, so about 100 watts total for the fan on high, whereas the old fan was 300. I mean, that's 1/3 less. And then the compressor going from the old one running about 1500 watts to now this one about 1000, because again, in this screenshot, you can see the fridge running pulls like 450, 500 watts ish, somewhere around that area. And the fridge is running the whole time. That's why you see when it jumps up, the total wattage going through the rig there is only like 1400 watts. That's including the 400 to 500 watt fridge. That's absolutely insane. I cannot believe it. It's a super efficient unit. I will drop a link in the description below to where you can buy this unit new from RecPro. It's a great unit so far. I mean, I'm not going to talk about longevity yet because I just put it in, but it is quiet. It is ice cold. It is super energy efficient. I'm loving it so far. So again, I bought it used on Marketplace. And when I say used, this gentleman that I bought it from, he lives down in Virginia. He had it installed in a van that he's building himself. It was just a little bit too big for that van. It's too quickly to cool. So he had to put in a 9,000 unit and 9,000 BTU unit. And so I got a killer deal. So thanks again, Bob. I appreciate that. Great unit so far. I'll give you guys an update down the road. But if you have any questions, make sure to drop a comment below, hit the like button, and make sure to subscribe to the channel so you can catch what's coming up in the future. Other than that, thank you guys so much. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching Why Not RV. Bye.